What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Go All Out Radio. And I know I've been pretty slack with doing this, but I've had this podcast recording set up ready to go. Well, not ready to go, but in a box that was gifted to me as a borrowing gift from ET before he left back over to Canada. And I finally got the clamps to go on something, and they didn't fit my desk, so went out, bought this. If you're watching on the tube, just like some simple like cubes or whatever. But look, today I wanted to start out with a podcast about ego, because lately I've heard a lot of like chat just like with a few of my members, or whether it just be online or just like simple, it could be like the smallest just a throwaway comment that people don't even realize that is how they're talking about themselves. And probably one of those things is when you talk about potentially, like, say, going in a marathon or half marathon or running a 10K or whatnot, and talking about the possibility of failing. And truly, to me, the more I've done in the endurance space or business, training people, the people who don't believe that they can do it are the ones who are going to fail. The ones who say, like, I, as like lighthearted as I can be, joke a lot about why would I do it if I didn't think I could do that time, or if I don't hit a time that I wanted to hit. Like recently, in my attempt to hit a sub 145 half marathon, I didn't hit it, and I hadn't been training enough, and I was hard on myself for that, because I also thought if I had reached that goal without training, I wouldn't have deserved it, and I would have been like, oh, phew, like, lucky I got that, because that would have been embarrassing. And instead, I did get embarrassed, and I'm glad I did, because I didn't put in the work and it showed. I think if I went back and if I did enough training, I could have smashed it. I do believe that I could have gone the next weekend, paced myself a bit better, and actually got my goal instead of going too hot out of the box. But I just was not experienced in the half marathon and running at paces. So that's all well and good. But I did get a 5 minute or 5 minute 20 personal best. And people are like, that should be good enough. But I set a goal. And if you think that is ego, that I can just pass off doing well and not hitting my goal when I didn't train for it and I didn't put in the effort, that is going to be the killer of everything that you try and do. If you don't have an ego, why would you do business? If you don't have an ego, why would you go in a race for the recognition, for the medal? Like, you should have a healthy ego, and it's not an ego where you're going to like bully anyone or whatnot, but definitely you could make people feel uncomfortable, and that's fine. I truly believe that's fine. I know a lot of the time the kickback that I get about not being happy about how I didn't achieve my goals, I believe that that's just making people feel uncomfortable because I don't let myself get off the hook when I realize that I didn't put in the work. Now, if I did put in the work and I did everything I could, then I could be happy with the result. I could come up short, but still, like, did you miss a meal? Did you go out one of those nights that you had a long run and, you know, not turn up and hit the paces that you needed to and keep your heart rate down? If any aspect of your training and effort was that, then you didn't put in 100%. I honestly believe for this half marathon, I probably gave about 30 to 40%. And it was a good wake-up call because I haven't actually set myself a timed goal before to finish a half marathon in sub 1:45. Setting that time I had not done before. I truly believe that my mindset and my body will get me through just about anything that I give it. Just like I got through an Ironman in 12 hours and 40 minutes. And that's an achievement in its own just to get through it. In 4 weeks, I have a 50K ultra with 2,500 meters of elevation. I have the fitness and I can consume the nutrition to complete that. I've done a marathon that I just wanted to complete. I did 72 kilometers in 24 hours, which was every hour on the hour. That they are not something that I believe like can actually. Well, once again, I wouldn't. I know that I can do those, and some people would consider that ego, but I believe that I have put in the work, and if you have put in the work, you deserve to be able to say those things. So, looking at ego, I truly believe that you need to have ego. You need to have a belief in yourself that does not affect others directly and may make them feel uncomfortable, but that is just the aim of life. Some people, not everyone can be going for PBs. Not everyone can be starting a business, because if everyone did, there wouldn't be people doing the jobs that make the world turn a lot of the time. And those hard workers, the people that work for a company that do those trade jobs, they make the world go round. But for me, starting this business, I have an ego around making those people who didn't want to start a business and make the world go round have an amazing life in their fitness, their physique, and their mentality. So, in complete review of that, sorry guys, I have not done podcasts in a while, so I'm just trying to be as smooth as possible, you know. But yeah, that's just a podcast I wanted to start out with, because it's something that I've been experiencing a bit more lately, is that thought that you shouldn't have ego around things. And I truly believe, why would you do anything, or why would you believe in yourself, or say that you're going to do something, or set a standard for yourself? Set a standard that I'm going to stick to this diet, going to train this much, going to complete this race, whatever, and I don't doubt it. If you don't have that, what else is there? Each day is a reset. You can be better each day. That's fine. If you're not believing that you can, you're going to regress. Even if you're staying in the same spot. So many people are moving forward. That means if you're staying in the same spot, you're falling behind. Just remember that. There may be a couple of pieces in this that, I don't know, I probably jumped around a bit. But all in all, if you are criticized for having an ego and that is kind of affecting what you do, look at who's saying that to you. Look at what they've done. If you don't want that, like if you don't want what they've got or what they're aspiring to, then don't listen to it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. A little solo chat. As you can see here, I've got my other side of the cubes where I can invite guests. If you want to hear from another guest, if you want to come on as a guest yourself, by all means, comment down below and give us a follow on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, because now we're on the tube. And till the next episode, go all out.